talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Yeah, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeant is with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy Scotty back with another one, man. Happy Tuesday to all you Bamas out there. And I can't start the show without a I said, behold, Dawson Odums is no longer the head coach at Norfolk State University. Now, he was in the midst of a 5-year deal, did 4 years, had 1 year left. That's why I have the poll going in the chat. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. We're going to talk a little bit about the transfer portal and some news that is coming out that way as well. And, hey, listen, make sure you Bamas this Saturday, big noon kickoff, okay? Me and the wife are doing a watch party for the Ohio State and Michigan game, okay? I'm a Michigan fan. She's an Ohio State fan. House divided. You already know what it is. It's going down this weekend, Saturday. Watch party here on the channel. So make sure you tune into that. Make sure you are tuned in and locked in for that. It's definitely going to be something very much so different. Very much so different. But, listen, I know my Michigan Wolverines, they haven't been looking the best, but when it comes to rivalries, throw it out the window. Throw the records out the window. It's about pride. It's about power. It's about respect. And it's about that badass mother who don't take crap from nobody. If you know, you know. All right, this weekend is going down. Watch party, me and the wife, house divided. I think we're going to make this an annual thing. Because, like I get, again, she's an Ohio State fan. I like Michigan. It's weird like that. But we still love each other. But we still make it work because we love each other. Oh man. Is that the same time? Is it the same time? UF versus FSU. Oh, it's at 7 o'clock. Oh no, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. It's at 7 o'clock. Yeah, we can definitely do that. I thought it was at the same time. If it's at the same time, it couldn't happen. But 7 o'clock, yeah, I can definitely knock that out because I'm going DJ Lagway all the way, baby. DJ Lagway. You know what I'm saying? DJ Lagway. Okay. So DJ that way. So we rocking with him. Now let me say this. This has been picking up some steam on Twitter, right? And I know some HBCU people have kind of gotten a hold of it and ran with it as well. And Clayton Collier, if you got it on the whole Twitter, Matt Rule has a video underneath of this, but I just took the top part. It says, confirms that Malachi Coleman plans to enter the transfer portal. Due to the incoming roster limits, he expects 30 to 50 Nebraska players to enter the portal. I want them all to stay here and develop. It's just a new world that we're in. It's going to be different. Okay. Listen. He is talking about walk-ons. Nebraska has a very, very extensive walk-on program to where they have 30, 40 walk-ons, right? So if you got an 85, well, their 30 were walk-ons. They weren't scholarship players, right? So people are getting this misconstrued, right? People are getting this misconstrued in just saying that, hey, where are all these players going? Well, some of the players, as a walk-on, you're constantly proving yourself. And for some coaches, the fact that you're not a scholarship player allows me to just let you go, right? I keep you to develop just in case if I find a diamond in the rough. But if I don't, it's no harm, no foul, right? But a lot of kids are seeing this like, oh man, 30 and 50 kids, like, where are they supposed to go? Anywhere else. They were walk-ons. Like, these are the players that some HBCU teams are bragging about. Oh, we got this former 3-star, but when you look at when you dive deeper, he was a walk-on at Auburn. He was a walk-on at Alabama. He was a walk-on at Tennessee, right? Like, when you really dig, he ain't got no starts. He ain't got no practice. He ain't got no game stats. He ain't got nothing. He's a walk-on, right? And with the new rules in the NCAA where you can have a roster, listen to me, every Division I program is allowed to have 105 roster spots. You're allowed to have 105 roster spots that are all scholarship enabled. So going from 85 to now 105 that can now all be on scholarship. You can't have walk-ons. Your roster limit is 105. Now, listen, but this is how you can play it though. You can do like for FCS, right? You're used to having 65. Well, you can get up to 85 in scholarship, and the 20 could be walk-ons. Because remember, it is roster limit. So how many people you can actually have on your team. But if you want to put those 20 on scholarship, you can. If you don't have to, right? Because those are all financial obligations once you put those 20 on scholarship, right? So if you're an FCS program and you can fund 85 to 90, right? Then that's cool. And like Black Pilot says, or you can do partials, right? So however you want to shake it and move it, you're able to do so. And now that is also transferred over to other sports like basketball and things like that. So there are plus and minuses with the new rule that has come into place. But I want to be very clear. It is not, I do not believe this is going to hurt college football overall, because at the end of the day, and I'm going to keep saying it, there's too many kids. There's just too many kids. There's going to be kids that aren't happy. There's going to be kids that want to change spots, locations, go back home. It's too many kids. And the issue is now is even with all these increased roster limits and people moving from one side to the other or whatever, you still have an opportunity to get the high school kids, right? So your 85 kids could just be what you have, and then maybe you take 10 of the high school kids and put them on partials and then have another 10 as walk-ons, right? So the increased limit is not going to hinder. It's going to add, to me, it's going to add more talent to the FCS levels of G5 and FCS levels of football. So I don't want people to be just so discouraged, like, oh my gosh. No, there's going to be a benefit. If you can afford it, it's going to work. All right. Says, shout out to, what's up, Mr. Kevin? It only hurts the players aren't enough spots on new rosters for everyone in the portal. Absolutely. Right. So at the end of the day, you can make this shake and move however you want. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep saying to you, don't give me no excuses. It's too many kids. That's all I'm going to keep saying. You would not believe how many DMs I get from head coaches at community college, JUCOs, right? JUCOs or whatever. And they're like, man, Scotty, you're so right, man. You know, I got 10 kids at G5s and mid-majors, and they never got an offer from an HBCU. So again, I'm not saying that you're going to get everybody, but to not even to not even shoot your shot is the crazy part to me. That's the crazy part. You never know, right? Listen, everybody is motivated differently. Everybody. So you can't just assume, oh, he got an NIL bag, so he's not going to come here, right? You got to shoot your shot at everybody. And this is the opportunity, and this is the time and the space right now to do so. Because if you're good enough, they will come get you. It's very simple, and it's been seen. It's been seen. You got the Carson Vincent from A&M getting the invite to the Senior Bowl. That's huge. You got another kid from FCS, I believe David Walker, getting invited to the Senior Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, or East-West Shrine Bowl. Like, it's possible if you put the work in. A lot of undrafted players are now playing in the league from FAMU, from Alabama State. You know what I'm saying? So let's not act like the opportunities are there, right? So you got Marcus Riley. You got the Fort Valley State running back who plays for the Green Bay Packers. You got Alcorn's linebacker who plays for the Panthers. Like, if you're good enough, they will come get you. You just got to do what you got to do while you're there. Very simple. Now,
I said, behold!
Behold. Behold, he gone. Now, shout out to my boy Blue, the boy wonder. All right, so Norfolk State is parting ways with the head coach, Dawson Odums. Odums was 15-31 overall in 4 seasons with the Spartans. That's pretty trash. Now, I want to give you perspective, right? This is the former coach before Odums, Latrell Scott. Now, this is when the MEAC was MEACing, okay? This is when the MEAC was MEACing. 4-4, 3-5, 4-4, 2-5, 4-4 in the conference, right? That's when the MEAC was MEACing. 4-7, 4-7, 4-7, 4-7. All right, whoop-de-doo. Now, my thing is this. Is from what, listen. Oh, Jesus. All I keep hearing is that it is hard to win at Norfolk. I do not understand how, because you're literally you're in between, I don't want to say football country, but the part, if you don't know anything about the area of Virginia that he's in, Virginia has a very, very, especially Southern Virginia. Southern Virginia has a very, very, very good talent area. It's rich with talent. You got VT, you got UVA, so you're going to lose out to, most of them to them, right? But it's still rich in talent. And let's not act like you don't have North Carolina right there. You got Maryland right above you, right? You got North and South Carolina. If you want to go in further, you got Georgia. So there is a football pipeline that you can grab talented players from, right? But I don't understand how people are losing at Norfolk. Maybe I got to get down there. Maybe I got to see it. I don't know, but somebody's going to have to make this make sense to me that how people are losing at Norfolk State. And let me see. You can recruit championship teams in VA, but just recruiting the 757. I just don't get it, man. I really do not. And I feel like a lot of these, coaches do not understand how to truly build a program. Like, I know Perry's very high on Dawson Odums because of what he did at Southern when they were coming off violations and being able to win even with the APR restrictions and all this and all that. But I look at it like this. The true definition of a coach is when you change your arena, you are like how Prime would say, I'm an agent of change. Like it cannot stay the same when I walk in the building. And I think the key person is my explanation is that it's Teddy Keaton. It doesn't matter what foot Teddy Keaton puts down, things change. Programs change. Chinnisberry the same way. He goes to Benedict, it changes overnight. He goes to South Carolina State, it changes overnight. You can say whatever you want. I'm not going to take away his success at Southern. But to tell me that you're a very good coach and you change and the program doesn't change with you, I'm going to keep saying this. You only have to win 5 games. Can I put that in? Guys, think about this, man. To be relevant in the MEAC, all you have to do is win 5 games. 5. To me, that's that's a bigger indictment on how bad Odums really is. And you can say whatever you want. You only had to win 5 games. 5. Morgan State, not good, right? Offensively, they're inept. Defensively, they're solid. Delaware State, Not good. So now it brings you down to South Carolina State, Howard, and NCCU, right? You weren't going to catch Buddy Pugh with the Shaq Davis team. That team was too loaded, right? That was 2021. 2022, you should have caught him. Should have caught him. NCCU has been slowly building this semi-juggernaut for quite a while with Davius Richards. You weren't going to beat them, and you probably could have beat Howard, but they were just really balanced. They were just a very, very balanced team. So realistically, in the last 4 years, at any given time, you only had to beat 2 teams. So realistically, like, the only real competition was 2 teams, which was outside of Buddy Pugh's 1 year at 2021, it was Howard and NCCU. You had to beat one or the other to kind of make this thing all work and shake out. You had to go 4-1 to make this thing really work out, and you couldn't even do that. You couldn't even do that. Now, do I think Dawson Odums could have done what Terrence Graves did in the Southern? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. He could do that with his eyes closed, right? It's not hard. I think football-wise, the MEAC is harder. I'm not going to lie to you on that. I won't say just because they got 5 teams doesn't mean that those 5 teams don't play some damn good football. But damn, Delaware State's a gimme. Who else? Morgan State is a semi-gimme if you can score points. If you can score points, it's a gimme. Period. Because they can't score. So if you can score, they can't score. Period. So that's 2 gimmies. So now you're down to South Carolina State, Howard, and NCCU. Listen, man, I don't know if you was messing with NCCU for the last 3 years. Well, at least the last 2 with Davius Richards, that was tough. Maybe you could have caught him on the rebound the year they went to the MEAC and SWAC Challenge. You probably could have caught him on that one. Maybe. But that's it. But if we're being honest, Dawson Odums had this philosophy of building young, right? Going young, building this team up from the groups, kind of building a program. But what you haven't seen it, you haven't seen any fruit from it. You haven't. Remember, he lost to a D2 team, right? So you just didn't see the fruit blossoming from what his program was supposed to do or supposed to be. I'm glad Norfolk State made the move when they did, because it just wasn't working. Why bring you back for 1 year? For what? To do what? To go 2-3 again, 1-4, or whatever you go in the conference? It doesn't make any sense, especially when you see coaches turning around programs at other institutions around you. It truly does not make any sense. And again, you're in a rich, vibrant area of Virginia. You can recruit talent. It just doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to keep saying that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, let's go to some top candidates, right? I just want to show you because he still wasn't good even when, he was there. And he had to play a lot more teams, and they were better teams. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, top candidates. All right, top candidates. Now, you know how I feel. Any celebrity is a good celebrity. Except Terrence Mathis at Morehouse. That shit's stupid. Like, that's such an irrelevant hire. Like, I don't know what Morehouse thought they were doing with that hire. It is going to be irrelevant. The whole point of getting a celebrity hire is to build buzz around your program, to draw interest. Terrence Mathis is probably one of the dumbest hires in the college football landscape. Double dumb, right? So, Michael Vick in Virginia. That's where you want. I'm calling Vick. I don't even care. I do not care. I don't. I'm calling Vic. I'm trying to get in touch with his agent. Hey, listen. We trying to do something special down here in Norfolk, Virginia. We want you to be a part of it. I'm calling up Vic. Period. He's a legend. It's Michael Vick, and in the state of Virginia, need I say more? All the celebrities coming out. AI coming back. All the Virginia Bay boys, all them Bamas coming back. You know what I'm saying? So definitely calling up Vic. You're definitely calling up Ray Lewis, and you definitely got to call up Ed Reed. Because again, I'm going to keep telling you, I'm going to keep saying this, and I'm going to keep telling you. This is entertainment. When schools, when HBCUs have to start looking at football as a true entertainment sports. I like Aaron Brooks. I do like Aaron Brooks. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at Sewell. He's a Maryland guy. He's built programs with Damon Wilson. I'm not mad at that. All right? I'm not mad at that. So I'm definitely not mad at that. Well, let me say this. It is an entertainment business. And at the end of the day, I'm not saying Norfolk's broke because I don't believe they are from what people have told me. But at the end of the day, you want your name buzzing. That's half the battle. And I keep trying to explain to people, before Deion, Poho State was not relevant. If you were talking about athletics, nobody gave a damn about Poho State. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So when you're using a celebrity, your celebrity is putting on your institution and branding it. So when they see it, oh shoot, that's the one Michael Vick go. That's the one Michael Vick coached at, right? Like, that's the entertainment factor. That's the part. Half the battle is just you being known by recruits. Some recruits don't even know who the hell y'all are. Some recruits don't even know where the hell y'all are. If somebody, this is what I'm saying. If I walked in with a Norfolk State polo and I walked into Texas, if I walked into a high school trying to recruit a kid, they'd be like, what is that? Like, who is that? That's the problem. That's the problem. And I'm not saying other FCS programs don't go through that, because most of them probably do. I'm not saying that. But I'm also saying is that you have to build a brand. Now, again, does brand always mean winning? No. Right? Like with Terrence Mathis. Terrence Mathis, a former NFL guy. Morehouse brand is losing. And they're going to continue to lose. But the Morehouse that Morehouse brand is like the Yale of HBCU. Everybody knows Yale. Everybody knows Harvard. It's like, it's Morehouse, right? Like, is that? Don't mean that you want to go there to play sports. You see what I'm saying? So I like the celebrity hires because I want more people to know about HBCUs. You can say whatever you want about what Deion has done, but it can always be bigger. It can always be put on a bigger stage. It can always be added to more. And what makes it even greater if you go to Norfolk is because Norfolk plays a lot of out-of-conference games. They play the PWIs. They play the big-time FCS program. I'm not going to say big-time FCS programs, but they play some FCS programs. They play a Power 4 program. And Vic being on the sideline will bring out more in the brand. That's just me. Now, word on the street, and I'm not mad at this. Word on the street is Norfolk has talked to Coach Johnny Cole. I ain't mad at that at all. If that is true, I'm cool with it. Give him the opportunity. He's a program rebuilder, right? He ain't gonna cost you an arm and a leg. He got all type of connections, all type of recruiting avenues or whatever. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. All right. Also, who you got to give a call to is, like I said earlier, Teddy Keaton has to have a call, and Maurice Flowers. Right? Maurice Flowers, Teddy Keaton, they got to get phone calls. They got to get phone calls. And listen, I'm not mad at you getting a white man that's built programs. Go get you a Bama from the Pioneer League. Go get you a Bama from the CAA. Right? Go get you a D2 Bama that's built a program. I'm not mad at that. I would not be mad at that. If you got one of those type of coaches that have a pedigree of building programs and getting guys in there and starting it up or whatever, I'm not mad at that. Again, I see no race. When it comes to football, I don't give a damn as an HBCU. I'm trying to win. I don't give a damn if he's white. I don't give a damn if he's yellow, purple, brown, pink. It don't matter to me. Midget, tall, one leg, short leg, peg leg, it don't matter to me. Can you coach the game of football? Can you make us competitive? And can you, for God's sakes, can you win 5 games in conference? Can you freaking win 5 games in conference? Go get you one of them white Bamas who coaching in the D2 playoffs right now. He's in Virginia. This is my only thing. This is my only thing, right? And listen, I think he's doing a great job at Virginia Union. This is a personal thing for me, Alex. Personal. Has nothing to do with him, just personal. I hate one-dimensional offenses. I hate it. I hate the triple option. I hate the wing T. I hate all that. I hate it. But that's just me, right? So I'm never going to say I want this hire because I don't like the offense that they run at Virginia Union because it literally went through one player. I do not like that. That's just me. Personal. So if he showed me something different, then maybe. But I look at it as like, okay, if they stop your running attack, then what? What are you? What else can you do? Right? So, and he got a special talent down there at the running back, Jada Byers. He got a special talent. Very, very, very special talent. But for me, what have you done? I like Rod. Rod gives me Chinnis Berry vibes without the winning. Right? Rod is a very good man. And he's a very great motivator. Like the players that I talked to after he left Delaware State, they all loved Rod, right? So he ain't won nothing. He hasn't won anything. It's just hard for me to be like, it's hard for me to champion a losing coach that was also in the conference that could not win. That just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's the Florida Memorial coach, right? Bobby Rome. Again, I don't have a problem with that. However you play it. But me, I'm going celebrity first. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. But, again, and these, let me see what about. Listen, I would have hired Art. Let me tell you something. I would have hired Art Browse at Grambling. I wouldn't have gave a damn what ESPN was talking about. I wouldn't give 2 shits because you ain't give no money to me. ESPN didn't give no money to me. Do you know all the scandals that have gone down at Grambling? At least Art Browse was exonerated. Hell, what? I would be on the phone with that white man today. If Art Browse is interested, hell yeah, I'll take Art Browse and wouldn't think twice about it. Wouldn't think twice about it. Come on in here, white man. We got love for you. Do your thing, Art. Bring your son too. Y'all package deal. Yeah, I mean, hell yeah, I'll do that. I'm not tripping off that. Again, Alex Hines just asked me that question. Again. I don't have a problem with the Virginia Union coach. I don't. I just don't like his offense. Right? I just don't like his offense. Where you been at? Where you been at? Where you been at? Where your coach at? Huh? I thought so. Come on, man. Stop playing me. All 12 of them fans. Anyway, I don't like the Virginia Union offense. It's never been my favorite. I don't like that stuff. I really don't like. I think the thing for me is like North Dakota State, right? It's just a pro style offense that it works because of the old linemen they get in. They fill the voids and they keep it rolling based off the formula of success. Solid old linemen that they develop, decent running backs, like explosive running backs, and solid quarterbacks, right? For Virginia Union, from what I've seen, it was literally Jada Byers. It was just Jada Byers. So to me, it's like, and no disrespect to Washington, right? But it's like A&T when they had Tariq Cohen. Like, let me see you without Tyreek. What do you look like without Tariq? Right? What do you look like without Jada Byers? That would be my question to Virginia Union. I think it's a big listen. I'm not taking anything away from the playoff victory. I think that was a huge playoff victory. All I'm going to say is, what do you look like without Jada Byers and that running attack? So again, for me, I don't like one-dimensional offenses because if somebody game plans around it, then what do you do? I'm not a fan of the wing tee. I'm not a fan of any of that stuff because it's as creative as you can be with it, and people love to talk about it and cutting and all that, it's just really gimmicky. I just don't. It's just a personal preference of mine, right? Like people who don't like caviar, don't like oysters or whatever. That's just something that I've just never subscribed to. I've never liked the wing tee. I'm a wide receiver. Why would I like the wing tee? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I never said it doesn't work. Never said that. I'm just not a fan of it. That's it. I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm just not a fan of it. So when people are talking about coaches, I don't think it would be a bad hire. I don't think it'll be a bad hire because he's winning at the level that he's at. But for me, I would always question it like, is that going to work up at this level? Is that going to work on the MEAC level? And that's yet to be seen. That has yet to be seen. Moving up there, the clout. If I was a top high school coach in Virginia, I don't know if I would move up to an HBCU like Norfolk because of I don't know if I'll make that move. I don't know if I'll make that move. If I was the coach. If I was a head coach at a top high school, I don't think Norfolk would be my decision to make that next jump. That's just me personally. Nah. I wouldn't do it. When he says not at Norfolk, Norfolk State has never won a MEAC football crown. Norfolk needs a Ray Lewis. No other coach would suffice. Teddy Bridgewater. I'll take that. But the question, but this is the question. Can he recruit? Can he recruit? I'm going to say it again. Can he recruit? You're in Miami. Again, chock full of talent. Just in your region or just in your public area, you're going to have talent. Can he recruit? That would be the question. It's like you'll get the buzz for a little while, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's my bad. I was getting some text messages on some stuff. I apologize. But yeah, that's my thing with that. I would try to get Ryan Clark. He is too comfy in that ESPN studio. Ain't gonna happen. It says Teddy Keaton at Norfolk would not work low admin support with state HBCU issues that he doesn't have to deal with Clark Atlanta. That's fair. All right. He would get Florida kids. There's nothing wrong with that. You still got to recruit the area though. Let me see. It's not a bad question. Would Odums be a good look at A&M? I will say this. Jesus. That's actually he wouldn't be my listen. He would be like my 5th choice or my 6th choice. If all my other guys fell through, I wouldn't mind bringing Odums in for a 3-year contract. You know what I'm saying? 2-year in the opt. I really wouldn't. I think he's a stabilizer. And honestly, I think he could win in the SWAC. I don't think the SWAC is hard, man. And he has the recipe for the SWAC. I don't think the SWAC is hard. I really don't. I wouldn't take him at PV. I wouldn't take him at PV. I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't do that at PV. I think as much as I make fun about PV and their 12 fans, I think that institution is a sleeping giant, and I don't think it's going to get woken up with Dawson Odums. I really believe, because you can't tell me being in the state of Texas, and I don't give 2 shits about Houston, Rice, Sammy. I don't give 2 shits about none of that. You can find talent in the state of Texas. You can find talent between Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. You can find it. You can find it. And you just got to get the right person in place. You just got to get the right person in place. But at A&M, I wouldn't be beating the door down for Odums, but at the same time, I would be okay if that was a hire after some people fell through. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think he's a stabilizer. Ooh, McNair or Odums to PV. That's a good one. I would have to go with Fred. And this is why. Because Fred beat Odums. They got to count for something. It's got to count for something. Like, you couldn't beat the guy, so why would I hire you over the guy? Very simple for me. Very simple for me. Say what? Vince Young at PV. Nigga second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on it. What? What? I would go freaking bananas. I would go freaking bananas. What? Vince Young? An hour outside of Houston? I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Boy, I'll take it. I like that Odums to Valley though. But I really would give a white man a chance though. I really would give a white man a chance. I really think a white man could turn. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being Iceman, a white ice coder, but Vince got to put the liquor down before he could even close to being a coach. Texas has to give him a job just so he would go broke. Oh, damn, that's tough. Yikes. Yikes. Damn, Vince. Damn, Vince. Went out bad, Vince. So, hey, that's it with that. So, nope. About Dawson State versus Miles is going to be a good one. Both of them might be getting calls for head coaches. Yeah, you got. I wouldn't mind. I would prefer Tremaine Jackson at PV. That's what I would prefer. How about Byron Leftwich at Norfolk? I think that might be at your price range. I think that might be at your price range. DJ Doug Williams Jr. I don't know where he coaches at. Yeah, I can't tell you. I can't tell you that. You can't take every celeb coach. You can't. You can't. Like Terrence Mathis. Like Tyrone Wheatley. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Can I keep it a buck real quick? KJ not going back to PV. They gonna have to drop a mean bag probably to get KJ back. But can I keep it a buck with you? I was talking to somebody very close to the Pajot State program, and they literally told me out their very mouth that they were glad that Grambling got rid of Hugh Jackson at the time they did. Because he told me he knows for a fact that Grambling probably would have ran the SWAC for at least 2 to 3 years. Easily. Because of the talent that Hugh Jackson had brought on that team. Somebody very high up on Pajot State was like, I was so glad that Hugh Jackson was fired because he was gonna run the SWAC next year because of the talent, just because of the talent alone. So, yeah. What about? I love Kevin Sumlin. I wouldn't mind Kevin Sumlin going to PV. Some people say he's an alcoholic. I don't know that. I do not know that. Allegedly, I do not know that though. People say he has a bottle problem. So I don't know. Again, I wouldn't have a problem with that. He's a legitimate coach. He's not like a celebrity coach. He's not a celebrity hire, in my personal opinion. He's a legit coach. Coached at Texas A&M. I think he coached at UH as well, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I don't think that's a bad hire. So it is what it is. It says A&M system won't allow that. Wow. Let me. If Maynard is gone, Braylon Robinson will work because atmosphere around. No way he can drink all he wants. Is legal. Is the Saints coaching staff right now? I don't know about that. David Shaw, former Stanford coach, coaching anywhere might be. Let me see, David Shaw. Boy, y'all just naming anybody. Boy, y'all just out here just, hey, I will. What about him? What about him? What about him? He's on the Cardinals right now. He's on the Denver Broncos. They say he's on the Denver Broncos. He's a senior personnel executive on the Denver Broncos. So, short answer, no. Hey, listen. Reggie Barlow. I talked to Reggie Barlow. He's not. First of all, I'll tell you. Let's get Tony Dungy. I talked to Reggie Barlow. I thought, now I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. I would have taken Reggie Barlow over Coach Cozy. I would have taken Reggie Barlow over Coach Cozy. That's just me personally. I know for a fact that he put in for the FAMU position when it came open. I know that for a fact because we talked. But I would have definitely went with Reggie Barlow over Coach Cozy if that was what it was. That's just me personally. I would have taken Coach Reggie Barlow over. Because one, I know he understands the SWAC. Two, he's been a head coach before. He's done pretty well as a head coach. Definitely at Virginia State, at Alabama State. I definitely would have taken Reggie Barlow over Coach Cozy. I think so. Alcorn would go crazy. I was just trying to see what Scotty would say. I think celeb coach at Alcorn would go crazy. I just want to see what Scotty would rather take in a D2 program rather than a celeb hire if he was in charge of Alcorn. See, that's all I need to see right there. That's all I need to see right there. I've had a lot of conversations with KJ Black. There's some coaches that he told me not to. There's some coaches that he told me were not good, and I thought they were good, and he came out to be right. So that was pretty funny. So he was like, I'm telling you, man. But so I listened to what he says. But I think this is my thing with Alcorn. I think Alcorn is so and tell me if I'm wrong. I think it's a very like this. I think Alcorn is one of those schools where they're so getting out the mud that they wouldn't mind just a solid coach, like a really good coach to coach. They wouldn't, because they're gonna come out support regardless. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to take Alcorn to another level, and you got an Ed Reed. Because again, I'm going to keep saying this. It's the resources. It's the resources. They understand that they're going to have to put money into the program to get the opportunity. How many? I'm going to keep saying this, but Bamas don't want to listen. And when I leave, y'all going to be like, damn, Scotty been saying it. Who do you know that you're giving them an opportunity and they're going to turn around and put money into your program? Again, I'm going to say this again. Who are you going to hire that is going to infuse your program with money? Okay? Or they're going to get resources to put money into the program. That's what it's all about. That's what it's always going to be all about. You see what I'm saying? So it's little things like that I think people overlook. You see what I'm saying? So if it's like, I don't know what Alcorn might need, a new weight room, a new practice field. I mean, they got more grass than half the country. I mean, they could probably build a freaking indoor facility that will blow your mind on like a little patch of grass because they got 300 acres of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine the possibilities if you allowed an Ed Reed to come in and say, hey, we need a practice field. Hey, we need an indoor facility. Hey, let me get a guy to do this. Let me get a guy to do that. We'll start that up. We'll start this up. And next thing you know, Alcorn looks like a freaking mini dynasty down there. You know what I'm saying? Because the resources are always going to outlast a coach. And if people would just understand that, it's not even about the wins and losses. It really isn't, if I'm being honest, because you can bring in any coach that's going to win or lose. The wins and losses are irrelevant at this point. What you're looking for is, hey, if I'm able to get somebody in here who can bring resources and really infuse my program with stuff we hadn't had before, I will take that opportunity. I'll take that opportunity. So if it's an Ed Reed, if it's a Ray Lewis, if it's a Michael Vick, it's whoever, and they're able to come. Because listen, in the conversation, we got to have the talk. Listen, Ed, listen, Ray, these are our plans. We would like to do this. We would like to do this. As long as you're what can you do to get us to here? We want to get a renovated stadium, or we want to get a indoor practice facility, or we want to do this, or we want to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, everything else is going to come on the back end, but the facilities need to be upgraded. Again, and those resources, they got a new softball field. They got like catapult training. Listen, Hugh Jackson brought in a lot of stuff for Grambling. You know what I'm saying? So digital signboards all around the stadium, like in the basketball. Come on, man. Like, that stuff is not going anywhere. That stuff is stuck to your program for the next 10 to 20 years from one coach coming in and doing 3 years or 2 years or whatever. That's the bigger picture. That is the bigger picture. If I can get my coach to take my program to get from here, like, do you think Jackson State was ever going to get that brand new practice field, that nice turf field that they didn't have to pay for? I'm not saying Ashley wouldn't have got it sooner or later. It would have been a lot later, but he would have got it, right? But they weren't winning. They weren't bringing that type of money. It's all type of stuff. Again, I'm not saying Ashley wouldn't have made it happen. He probably would have. That's Ashley Robinson, right? But at the end of the day, I just think that if you're able to get resources, if you're able to move and shake and get an influx of money, you're able to do more things with it. And I keep saying it. How you going to keep bitching and moaning that you're a low resource institution? And if you're able to hire a person that allows you to extend your resources, so you're then not a low resource institution for what you want, then you make it happen. I just don't understand that for me. That's just me personally, because that's the first thing people like to cry about is, oh, we're a low resource. Well, how about you bring somebody that can help you with the resource? Clearly, the government ain't helping you, so you might as well get an individual with some pull and with some cachet to try to do something with you. You know what I'm saying? That's just my little 2 cents. But Odums to Valley, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. And I think Valley would allow him to build what he wants to build, which is a smash mouth style football team, and go from there. So, I mean, I don't know how much winning they would do, but I don't think it's a bad hire. It just is what it is, right? Again, you're never going to get me off the celebrity bandwagon, because it's a celebrity bandwagon is always going to be higher than a regular coach. The wins are always going to be higher. If you go, let me explain to you what I'm saying. If you hire Teddy Keaton or Johnny Cole or whoever, and let's say Norfolk goes 4-1 in the conference, the only people that are going to care are HBCU fans. That's it. If Ed Reed goes 4-1 in the program, everybody cares, because it's Ed freaking Reed. You see the difference? Again, if Johnny Cole, Teddy Keaton, whoever you decide to hire, go 1-4, nobody gives a damn. If Ed Reed goes 1-4, everybody's asking questions. So even when you lose, you still win. How is that not? I'm confused. How is that? How is that not a benefit? Even when you lose, you still win. MEAC Media Day with Ed Reed. What you think it's going to look like? MEAC Media Day with Michael Vick. What do you think it's going to look like? Again. Stop. It's to me, it's a pride. I don't know why this thing has become a pride thing. Scotty, what do you think about my retain as a head coach and Robert Mathis calls defense? I've always been a fan of Coach Mai. I've always been a fan of Coach Mai. Now, I don't know what Mai would look like as a head coach. I would prefer him to be the OC of any, like, I think if I was an HBCU guy right now and I'm looking for OC, the first person I would call is Coach Mai at Alabama A&M, because he's been instrumental in what they do. And think about it, with all Maynard's coaching changes at quarterback, right? All those guys had to be prepared. Didn't matter who you was going to, Quincy Casey, Xavier, Cornelius Brown. It didn't matter. Avion Smith, they all had to be prepared. So I love Coach Mai. If I'm Mickey Joseph, if I can't get Johnny Cole to be my OC, I'll call Coach Mai to be my OC. If I'm Alabama State, I'm calling up Coach Mai. Because the dude that you got is ass. The dude that you got is ass. If I'm Alabama State, I'm calling up Coach Mai. If I'm any D2 program, I'll probably call him up to see if you want to be OC or head coach. But yeah, if I'm Grambling, I'm calling up Mai. Who else need an OC? They need a new coach. I would tell you this. I wouldn't mind them, if they got rid of Maynard, I wouldn't mind them making Coach Mai the interim. Right? Like, let's say next year they get rid of him after like game 4, game 5. Make Coach Mai the interim. I mean, the coach at ECU just got the full-time gig because of just how infectious the team was rolling. You know what I'm saying? Morgan State. If I'm Morgan, I'm calling up Coach Mai. Like, you need an OC. You need an offensive guy who's dealt with multiple quarterbacks, who has played the quarterback position. You should call up Coach Mai. For real. Like, yeah, very simple. Very simple. So I think that wouldn't be bad. I don't know if Robert Mathis comes back to call defense for you guys. If so, that's cool, but I don't think it's happening. So, Scotty, what are your thoughts on Burris? I loved it. I loved everything about it. I love what I saw. I love the dual action play. Shout out to my boy Wisdom. Told me that was coming down the pipeline. I love Burris. And let me tell you why I like Burris so much. The reason I like Burris so much is because once FAMU started doing those pool plays with the offensive lineman, you saw it all game. He saw how successful it was and never went away from it. I absolutely love that. I absolutely that he went and he just pounded him with the pull play, right? So I like Henry Burris. I like what he got. I'll tell you this. I do like Daniel Richardson as a quarterback. I don't think he's a great passer. Like he's a great playmaker. He's not a great passer. I think if you got a really good passer in that style offense that is real proficient, like 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, like can really make that thing go, whoo, and can really push the ball deep. Daniel Richardson deep ball is not good. And I told y'all that from the beginning of the season, so don't say I didn't say that. I've been said that. Anything over 20 yards is real shaky. But if they get a guy that's mobile and is efficient in that style of offense, literally FAMU, let me be very clear. FAMU could really run what Colorado ran with Daniel Richardson. Like, I'm being so honest right now. As honest as I can be. If Joe Henry was just smart enough to take what Colorado did and give it to Daniel Richardson, they wouldn't have lost. That's it. They wouldn't lose. They wouldn't have lost. They would have ran the table on everybody. So it just is what it is. All right, let me see. He was at all the games. He was still really close to the program. Scott Hayes, more narcissistic, arrogant. If Norfolk wants to be put on the map, boy, that would shake. Boy, listen. If Michael Vick went to Norfolk, give me a 7 jersey right now. I need a state with a 7 on that mug. I need a state with a 7 on that joker. Stop playing. Give me a 7 jersey right now. I'm going to open the call lines up. 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. Call lines are open.
You are the only participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
Nah, I think TC's doing a good job as an OC. Yeah, I think he kind of got the gist of it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'll let him keep rocking. I mean, he just went undefeated in the SWAC. I mean, I don't feel why. I wouldn't know why you want to change what's won. It doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, make somebody make me change. You get what I'm saying? So, but no, I wouldn't agree with that. Just let him rock out. Smoke, coming to you.
Yo, Scotty.
What's up? Talk to me.
I got a question, man. I want you to try to bear with me to understand what I'm saying when I say this.
Okay.
Do you feel like okay, I'm gonna say this first. I think Dawson Odums is a pretty good coach. Watching him, having the chance to watch him at Southern, and watching those good matchups versus him, versus Jack State, I think he's a pretty good coach. But I hope you can understand me when I say this. I feel like Dawson is more of a SWAC coach. I feel like if you pay attention, you ever notice? I think MEAC and SWAC play styles are a little different. If you know what I'm saying.
I 100% agree with you, and that's why I said him going to A&M, I wouldn't have been mad at it because he knows the recipe to winning the SWAC.
Right. So I feel like, me personally, I feel like the MEAC is more of a higher level play style than the SWAC is, And so how long was he at Norfolk?
4 years.
He was there 4 years. See, he was at Southern for a long time.
7.
Man. And they had a good run when he was at Southern. SWAC championship. I think the last one he played in was versus Jack State. So I think if he can get a SWAC job, whether it's OC, whatever, or I think he'll do pretty good. I think even if he get a head coach job, I think he'll feel more comfortable, and it'll be more. I think it'd be better for him to be in the SWAC because, like you said, he knows the SWAC. He was in there a long time, and I think he adapted to it, and he got over to the MEAC and realized, okay, this is a different level of play style, So I think if he gets another SWAC job, I think that'll be best for him.
I don't have a problem with it, if I'm being honest. If he went back to the SWAC, if somebody decided to hire him, because I mean, it's not like he was bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's to me, if you take McNair out, he probably wins all those SWAC East champions or West, whatever they were called. You know what I'm saying? Like he just couldn't get out. I mean, those SWAC championships, right? He couldn't get past McNair in the SWAC, but he kept going. He was there every other year, right? So, or every year, however you want to, label it. So, I don't have a problem with it. But understand, to me, it's just like McNair. It's like, can they do it outside of the Southern environment? Can he do it outside of Alcorn environment? And when you see Fred McNair still gets some grace because he hasn't gone to a second stop. Odums, to me, I got to look at you a little differently because you went to a new location with no success, literally with no success at all. So why would I give you another opportunity at somewhere else at a high level school? No. If you want to go to Valley, absolutely. I'll happily get. You want to go to UAPB? I'll happily give you that job. Right? To me, I can't see you walking into a PD job. Why? Why would you deserve that? Because of what you did, 4 years ago at Southern? I'm sorry. Maybe that's me being mean, but I couldn't do it. That's just me. Couldn't do it.
So what school do you think, if any schools in the SWAC are looking or interested in hiring him, what schools do you think should look into it?
Valley, UAPB. A&M should be
basically
A&M should be like a long
to
shot.
a whole new rebuild.
Yeah, because you got to show me you can win without. Listen, whatever you want to say, Southern has a brand, and Southern's going to get talent that Norfolk can't get. So you were getting, and people are going to say, and I know Perry, if Perry was on here, he would be like, Scotty, we were doing APR, and he did this, and he did that, and that's great. Okay, cool. But Norfolk wasn't no violations or restrictions, and he couldn't do nothing there. So what we talking about? So now, listen, I'm not saying you got to start. Listen, man, how many coaches do you know? Let's get a good example. Tom Herman, right? He went to UH, killed it. Went to UT, failed. Where he go next? FAU. You got to go down, my boy. You got to go down. And he got fired from FAU. So you about to go down again. You might be at a Troy or ULM or ULL or a McNeese. Tom Herman might be at McNeese. It happens like that until you kind of regain your footing and then get back up. I can't give you no premier job after you just got mollywopped in the MEAC and you couldn't win 5 games in comp. Man, get out my face, bro. I'm not paying you a damn. You can be my OC. You can be my offensive line coach. But, yeah, nah.
Oh, man, that's it, bro. I just had that question for you.
Nah, I appreciate the call, though, Smoke.
For sure.
I see you, Rock. Let me go with some people I haven't seen before. 3537 coming to you. See like a Virginia number. What's good?
Hey, how you doing, Scotty?
What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, man, this is Byron Wilson Bay, man. I'm calling from 757 here, right outside of Norfolk State.
Talk to me.
And I got to tell you, man, it's about time that he was gone.
Okay.
He should have been gone last year. And why they kept him, I guess, because there was so much money on the contract.
Yeah.
But he really has not done anything since he came in with a lot of promise. He underperformed. A lot of people talk about the 6 and 5 year. But we were predicted to be second or win the MEAC. We blew 2 20-point leads in back-to-back weeks that put South Carolina State in the Celebration Bowl that year against Jackson State. We were sitting at 6-2 his first year there. Now, that was with Latrell Scott's players. The next year, a lot of players was a mass exodus from Norfolk State. And it's like he can't get started. A lot of this stuff, his play calling is very predictable. He's notorious for going for second and long, running the ball. It's just it don't look good. It didn't look good at all.
You know what's funny? I remember the quarterback that year. He was really, really good.
Juwan Carter.
Yeah, I remember the quarterback that year. He was really, really good. And the OC at the time, he was still on Latrell.
BT Sherman.
Yeah, he was off of Latrell staff, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. So was the offensive line coach. Offensive line coach went to Howard. BT Sherman went to Morgan.
Okay, I kind of remember. Now it's all coming back to me.
They convinced Dawson Odums to keep the coaching staff, the offensive coaching staff in place because Pooty was kind of threatening to leave because that was Coach Scott's recruit. He had recruited him from high school. Pooty was an early sign. He had signed in the month of October before the recruiting had even started.
Wow.
So when Odums came in there and Pooty had already broke a whole lot of records at Norfolk State, and they were talking about changing the coaching staff, he talking about he might transfer. So they convinced Coach Odums to keep Latrell Scott's offensive coordinator and offensive line coach for that 1 year. After that 1 year, they went. BT Sherman went to Morgan, and the offensive line coach went to Howard.
Okay.
And we've had a different OC every year that Coach Odums has been there.
That's tough. Listen.
That's tough.
That's tough.
You can't develop your quarterbacks that way.
That's right. Listen, and I don't think. Listen, and okay. Let me ask you. When did you feel like after the first year? When would you like? Oh yeah, this ain't it. Like, because there's always a moment when you're watching a game. If you're a follower of a team, you know that moment when you like. You know what? Yeah, it's time for you to go, my boy. It's time for you to go.
Be honest with you, there was a lot of us who wanted him to go right after that first year.
Dang.
Because we were predicted to finish second. We knew we could do at least first. When you blow 2 20-point leads in back-to-back weeks, it really put a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth about Coach Odums. And plus, he came in talking a lot of trash after he won. I think he won the first home game that we had. He kind of chastised the fan base for not more people coming out. And I'm like, well, you just got there, man. You got to win some games first before you get Norfolk State fans involved, because we've been losing for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and he came in talking about calling himself the CEO and all this kind of stuff. He stopped that after year 1, though. He cut all that CEO talk, and really it's been a struggle ever since then. It's just his special teams. I mean, we've had the same kickers in place for about the last 3 years. Coach, you're not going to recruit any field goal kickers. You're not going to recruit any more punters. And our special teams is absolutely horrible. It was just so much stuff that just did not look right. Not to mention, a lot of people talk about his success at Southern. He did not bring the assistants that he had at Southern with him to Norfolk State. A lot of the guys he brought to Norfolk State were grad assistants that he brought with him from Southern.
Somebody in the chat said, do you know somebody named Kermit Bugs?
Yeah, we've been trying to get Kermit Bugs for that job for a long time, man. But for some reason, Norfolk State don't want to hire him. Kermit Bugs has 7 years experience at Penn State, set side by side with Joe Paterno. And we've been trying, a lot of us former football players want to see Kermit get the job, but for some odd reason, they don't want to give Kermit the interview.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're a former player, you know the area, you right outside. What is the issue at Norfolk? If you could give me a few things that you could put your finger on that says, this is the issue at Norfolk. Because for me, at Morgan, I feel like, for Morgan State, I feel like, one, you're fighting that Maryland battle, and a lot of Maryland kids want to go to Maryland or Penn State. That's just our goal. Like, you feel like if you coming out the state of Maryland, if Maryland don't recruit you, you feel like it's like a downer. And Morgan State and Bowie and all those places, Towson, they all feel like second fiddle. And you're like, damn, right? But for Norfolk, what is it about the city, the school? Why can't it get right?
It has a lot to do, I believe, with the administration building. They have not made up their mind that they really want to win at football. It seems to a lot of us that football is there so the band has somewhere to play. Shout out to the Spartan Legion, no offense, but it just seems like they're content with just having something that people will come out to. They're not really want to put it over the top. The people at the top, it's like most HBCUs. If you don't put any pressure on them, they're going to just take the money from the state and then do what they do and hope for the best. And if it works out, if we win a championship, you have a good season, that's great. We'll be talking about that one season for the next 20 years, but there's no plan in place, to really, like James Madison. James Madison had a plan about 20 years ago that they were going to go FBS. And no matter who changed, athletic directors, coaches, the plan was always the same. We don't have anybody with a plan for the program in place. That's the biggest problem. And that's it. It's an admin problem. It's not so much a coaching problem. It's an administration building problem. And that's what I'm going to call it.
And last but not least, somebody said, how would you feel about Michael Vick?
Vic would be a great addition in this area. It really would excite the area. All Norfolk State needs to do is win. Norfolk State don't need no fancy marketing programs. They don't need anything. They need somebody. They need a lightning rod, something to ignite the program. You got a 30,000 seat stadium, man, and it was built to hold 30,000 because when we played at Foreman Field, we had 35,000 seat crowds. But since 97, after Harrison B. Wilson, who was a former president of Norfolk State, retired, it seems like every other president since then has really not been concerned about winning at football. Now, basketball is a different deal. They ain't going to take too many losing seasons of basketball. You can be out the door.
Oh, because you on the East Coast, baby. You on the East Coast, baby. You know how we get down, man. That East Coast basketball is real.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be a whole lot of losing in basketball, but they seem to be content with losing in football for some reason.
That's crazy.
And it's too, and like somebody said, it's too much talent in the 7-5. They have squandered so many talented guys that could have went other way, man. It's so disappointing to me, man. I hope they really think about Miss Webb and the people involved with this, really think about who they hire this time, because we need somebody that can bring some winning to NSU. It's ridiculous that we're a school of our size that puts the amount of money into athletics that Norfolk State does, and this is the best product that we can put on the field, and we're tired of it.
Oh, man, thank you for the call, man. That was informative.
No problem.
Hey, appreciate it. 30,000 seat stadium. I gotta go look this up. I'm sorry. I ain't know Norfolk was coming like that. Let me see. Norfolk Football Stadium. Oh, this thing nice. Oh, snap. Okay, Norfolk. Look at this thing. What's up, real quick? I'm gonna bring you up, Rocky, while I get this photo ready. What's going on, Rocky? You live?
Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, this is what I want to say about when people start hiring a coach, right? the problem with Coach Odums, I think he's a good coach. I'm just gonna say that. I think he's a good coach. I think he's got a plan and a formula and a system. The problem is he was coaching against Trey Oliver and Buddy Pugh the first couple years, and then South Carolina brought in Tennis Berry. Was he ever going to be able to outcoach Trey Oliver? Was he ever going to be able to outcoach Tennis Berry? That's what you got to. That's what when you bring in a coach and you expect to win championships and you want to win championships. That's what you have to do. Is the guy I'm bringing in better, or can he outcoach the guys that are already here? That's what you got to think about. Now, if you just want your program to be better, only thing you got to say is he better than the guy leaving? And you can say, yeah, right? But if you're a championship program, and that's why I think a lot of what's happening this year in the SWAC is almost like fool's gold. You brought in a lot of new coaches who are coaching against other first-time coaches, and you make the coaches who going to the championship may not be that guy.
Yeah.
He's just coaching against other stiffs. And so, once you bring a coach in, like Willie separated himself from the rest of the coaches in the SWAC. You knew Willie was that guy. It didn't take you a whole season to realize. You understand?
Yeah.
And for whatever, for better, for worse, you knew Dion was that guy when he came in. And Willie was the second tier guy, was the guy right behind Dion. And it goes like that. This year, I think TC's that guy, right? I think TC's that guy. But who is TC coaching against other than Eddie Robinson? And then when you talk about on the West, are any of those guys?
No.
None.
So
you don't even know if your coach is any good.
None.
So that's what you got to think about when you hire a coach. When you talk about where you want to be as a program, can the guy you have outcoach the best coach in your conference? And if he can't, you need to find a guy that you think can. If you expect to win championship, period, point blank. That's what I think the problem is with coaches. They worried about being better than the guy who left. And whoever hires a coach this hiring cycle, they need to hire a guy that's going to be better than TC. Much love, Scotty. I'm out.
I appreciate it, Rock. 6056 coming to you.
Scotty, what's up, bro?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is John, man, from South Carolina.
Talk to me, John.
All right, so let me put this out there.
Okay.
So you kept talking about the MEAC conference, and it's only got 5 teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Maryland Eastern Shore, no disrespect to them, they don't have a football program, right?
They do
part
not.
of the MEAC.
Yeah.
Coppin State, they don't have a football program, from my understanding.
They do not.
And they're in the MEAC. Now, years ago, we had Hampton a part of the MEAC, Winston-Salem State a part of the MEAC, Savannah State a part of the MEAC, and for whatever reason, those teams, they left. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. North Carolina A&T a part of the MEAC. They left. But the crazy thing about it is, when they come to winning these championships, think about this for a minute. Every Carolina MEAC school at the time, or currently, North Carolina A&T, North Carolina Central, South Carolina State, has won the Celebration Bowl, aka HBCU National Championship.
That is correct.
If FAMU would have stayed, that'd have been another win for the MEAC. So when it comes to the school leaving for whatever reason, whether they can pay the exit fee or not, I don't believe the conference can hold a school. I mean, it's no different than Texas and Texas A&M when they left the Big 12 and they came to the SEC. The only thing that gives me, well, I guess I'm asking your opinion. What would it take? Can you see a Benedict coming to the MEAC? Can you see a Tuskegee or a Miles coming to the MEAC? So we can get these numbers back up.
I think the thing it's the Delaware State and the Morgans, right? Because if you go too far south, ain't nobody trying to come up that way. That's a long way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like either Delaware State coming down to the south or Clark Atlanta or going all the way up top. You know what I'm saying? And that was FAMU's issue. You know what I'm saying? FAMU like, damn, right. I don't want to be driving up to Delaware State and Morgan State. Like, that's crazy, right? We want to get something.
I mean, hopefully Tennessee State, because years ago there was talks about them coming to the MEAC. So hopefully that will pan out. I hate to poach from maybe another D2, CIAA or SIAC, but
I'll tell you this. I'll say this. I'll say,
okay.
I think Tennessee State, it all depends on what Tennessee State's looking for. If they're looking for great football, then yeah, you take your ass to the MEAC. If you're looking for attendance and a party and having a good time, like in your brand just being like crazy because of the band and the football, then you go to the SWAC. So it all depends on, and I think Tennessee State, where they've been at, they care more about the football, right? And I think that's why you go to the MEAC if that's how you want to play it. So okay, you get Tennessee State. I would tell you, me personally, because what I've heard is Morehouse, I would kick Morehouse. It's no way Morehouse could come into my conference. You suck.
Right.
You're another Delaware State. Like, that's what you become. You'll become another Delaware State where it's an easy dub or whatever. I think if Clark Atlanta can make that jump, Teddy Keaton doesn't leave, and now you really got something working. So now you got Teddy Keaton, you got Chinnis, you got, man, that's not bad. That's some great coaching. You got Teddy, you got Trey, you got Chinnis, you got Eddie. Like, and if Larry Scott get right, you know what I'm saying, then you got Howard. That's not a bad. You only really need, like, the thing that the MEAC has going for them is that you don't need 8 good teams. You need 5 ballers to where now all those games matter, right? So it's like Clark versus South Carolina State matters, and Trey versus Eddie George, like, that's what the SWAC does not have. The SWAC doesn't have 4 or 5 ballers to where it's like, whoo, this is going to be tough, right? Like, somebody's going to have to get out this gauntlet. And that's what they're missing. And that's what you will be able to have if you're able to bring up a Clark Atlanta, if you're able to bring up an Eddie George, maybe a Virginia Union. I think they might need some time to kind of get stable. But I think Teddy Keaton has shown you that he can get the talent and has the coaching ability to be competitive year 1, at least year 2, even with that transition. And now, because now the toughest thing from D2 to D1 is now you're allotted the full 85 scholarships. Now to 105 now, right? So, and Clark Atlanta got that private money. So, it can all be different. Like, if I'm the MEAC, I'm pitching Clark Atlanta, and I'm trying to go find me a white institution. I'm sorry. The white institutions are taking your schools.
Hey, I'm not opposed to it. I understand, you got, the bias and all that kind. My thing is, I can tell you this right here. Down in Orangeburg, South Carolina, we about football.
About football.
It's about championships and rings. Straight like that.
I would go find me a North Carolina school that I wouldn't mind, like a Campbell. I would go see if Campbell would come into the conference. I would go see if, whatever I can find on the East Coast that keeps my travel consolidated. I don't want to go past Georgia. I don't want to, because it just makes it a problem. I don't want to go past Georgia. I would prefer to stay in that South Carolina, West Virginia, North Carolina. I would try to stay in that area and just see what we can kind of figure out from there to where we add in more teams. And again, I'm going to keep saying this. If the white schools are able to say, hey, we would love to have some black people over here, why are we not capable of doing the same?
Right. And one more thing, I'm going to throw this out there too. Just some years back, it was some rumbling, some talking about Morris Brown, before they had all the school issues. When they had a football program and the band was real good, that they would come to the MEAC. So it's some things that happen down the road. But Tennessee State definitely, to me, will be another great addition. But I guess we'll just see what the future holds. But
listen, if I'm the MEAC commissioner, Tennessee State, listen, we on the call. We on, how like when you're talking to a new girl and you calling her every day? That's exactly what I'll be doing, Tennessee. Hey, calling her every day. Good morning. How's your day?
Right.
What you got going for the day? Like, that's how you got to court Tennessee State, because we need you. You in the playoffs, you doing all this. That's a big time profile, and you bringing another big time name coach into the MEAC.
Yeah.
You add Eddie George to the HBCU space. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's true, bro. That's true. Well, hey man, I appreciate you taking my call. Big shout out to SC State, Bulldog Nation. Get up for the dogs. We'll see y'all in December.
Hey, appreciate you, Brody. Listen, man. What? Let me see what's some white. Let me see some white. Let me see. FCS schools in South Carolina. Let me see. All right. Let me see. D1 football teams in South Carolina. You got Charleston Southern, Wofford, the Citadel, Furman, and listen, man, the Furman ain't coming. Go get you the Citadel. Go see if the Citadel come to the SWAT. I mean, the MEAC. You know what I'm saying? Go see if the Citadel come to the MEAC. You gotta pitch these Bamas. Yeah, Furman ain't coming. I know Furman ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? Go pitch these Bamas. Like, see what they working with. So, yeah. Let me see what else. We see some North Carolina schools. It was in. I'd definitely be pitching. I'd definitely be talking to Campbell. Campbell ain't bad. They ain't good, but they ain't bad. They probably better in the conference. North Carolina FCS. All right, here we go. Yeah, go talk to a Gardner Webb. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to a Gardner Webb and see what's popping. Elon ain't coming. ECU ain't coming. Appalachian State damn sure ain't coming. Right? Like, go talk to these schools, man. And they in a conference. Ain't they in a conference? VMI military school. Ain't they in a conference? I don't give a damn if they in military college. What are we talking about? Come on, man. You're down. Shoot. You need bodies. All right? You need bodies. That's what you need. What, Tius, you think going to the MEAC as a downgrade? Why would you? Okay, this is my problem. Why would you force that? That's the reason why Savannah State took their ass back to D2. That's why Winston-Salem State took their ass back to D2. Why are you going to ask for a bigger financial burden? Especially, think about this. You got to have the buy-in to get to D1 now, and you got to have the money for the scholarships. Why not already take a program that is on the D1 level and move them over to another conference? That doesn't make any sense of why you're going to try to put the financial stress on this instant. Like, you're trying, just to keep it black is stupid as fuck. It's dumb as fuck. It's stupid. Just to keep it black is dumb. It is stupid. Oh, we want you to stress yourself financially just so we can keep it black. It's dumb. It is absolutely asinine. And then 2 or 3 years later, when they're going back to Division II, because financially it is stressing their budget, why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't, man. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Why not already go grab somebody that is on your level, that is playing the football that you have, that can sustain the scholarships, and just move over to your conference? That's all that matters. So it's okay for Tennessee State, for North Carolina A&T, for Hampton to go to a white conference, but it's not okay for a black conference to go grab a white institution and bring it over. It doesn't make any sense. And you wonder why And you wonder why you got 7 teams, 5 of them that play football. It doesn't make any freaking sense. Stupid, man. I never understand the logic. I just don't. I never understand the logic that some people have just to keep it black, just to say we are all black conference. So stupid. I don't know. How do you convince a school that ain't got the money to come up to the MEAC? I don't know. It's the same reason why I don't know what you say. Do I look like I'm pitching white schools? Maybe they want to be in the Celebration Bowl. Maybe they don't want to do the playoffs anymore. When's the last time Campbell's been to the playoffs? Don't worry, I'll wait. So if you tell Campbell, hey, if you win 6 games in conference, you can take your ass to a Celebration Bowl. Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? You ain't going to the playoffs, Campbell. Just bring the football. We don't even need you for the... Just do what the whites do. We don't even need your whole school. We just need your football program. Just allow your football program to play football in the MEAC. It ain't even got to be the whole. You don't even got to bring all your athletics. Just bring your football. Come on, man. It's dumb. It's dumb, man. It's just dumb. I'm sick of it. Sick of this stuff, man. Sick of it. All this dumb act, like y'all be killing me with this stuff, man. Oh man, we should just bring up 5 D2 schools. Like, okay, and then they're there for 2 years and they broke and they running back down to Division II. And they have already, and the buy-in has already been raised up. So now they got to give all the buy-in money. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Very simple. They getting their ass whooped too. What? Who paying that? If the conference is paying it, guess who's paying the conference? Oh, where are you getting this money from, my guy? Just pay their fees. Who's paying that? The conference paying that? The conference that's a nonprofit? That all the money going in has to come out, that they've budgeted for their payroll and for all the stuff they got to pay for administration-wise? Oh, so that means you must be taking some of the celebration money and paying the fees. Somebody's got to make this make sense to me. Who's paying for that? Again, you do not know if the white schools want to be playing for the playoffs. You do not know that. If I'm not competitive in the conference that I'm in, and I'm never going to get a chance to go to the playoffs in football, why not slide my happy ass over into a weaker league in their mind and have an opportunity to win $200,000 to $300,000 to win 5 or 6 games in conference? That makes sense to me. I don't know if that doesn't make sense to you, but that makes logical sense to me. If I just bring my football over, I don't have to bring my basketball and my soccer, and I don't have to bring that. I just literally bring my football program over to the MEAC, and I play for a Celebration Bowl where now I only got to win 6. I literally only got to recruit to win 6 games in my conference. How is that not a selling point? Because the selling point for North Carolina A&T was going to a bigger profile conference so that they can make the move to Power 4 or G5. They had a vision. It's not working out with football, but they had a vision. What's to say Campbell cares about making it to the playoffs? What's to say who else is who's to say the Citadel has they have this aspiration to make it to the playoffs? And you can also sell the fact that if you are good enough, like NCCU was after they didn't go to the playoffs, after they didn't go to the Celebration Bowl, you can still slide in possibly to get into the playoffs. So it's actually a win-win situation. If you're good enough to make it to the Celebration Bowl, that's great. If you're not and your schedule was tough enough, you could have went to the playoffs. How is that not a selling point? Again, get out of your head that it has to be black. That's all I'm saying. Because clearly, whites are not saying that it has to stay white. Okay. This is business, man. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? It's business. There's racist white people everywhere. It's business. I don't care. Oh, so there's racist. Okay, whatever. I don't care. It's business. Stop being so emotional. I don't care. The MEAC is going to have to do well with their one media deal, which is coming up for renewal. Yeah, I guess. Listen, man. Y'all play that pity shit and y'all do that, that it's literally what you're asking D2s to do is this. This is what y'all doing. You've moved to the suburbs. That's exactly what they're saying. This is exactly what they're saying. You've moved to the suburbs. And your cousin that lives in the projects in one of the towers, you're like, man, I'm telling you, bro, you got to come out here, man. You got to make it happen. I'm telling you, it's where I live at, gated community. It's nice. You know what I'm saying? No crime. It's walkable. School district is good. And you bragging about all these things that you got. And your cousin's like, bro, I'm making $1,500 a month. I'm on assistance. I'm on government assistance. I'm making $1,500 a month. My rent is $600. I'm good. Bro, I'm telling you, listen, there's a house across my street. It's up for rent. They're renting it for $1,000. Okay. What we gonna do is we gonna get you in, and then when you get up here, we gonna find you a job. We're gonna find you a better job than the job that you're working at. But I got you. I got you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pay your first and last month's rent. I got you. I'm gonna take care of you. That's what y'all sound like right now. When you're talking to Division II teams that do not have the financial budget to make that move, that is exactly what you sound like right now. I got you. No. We can make it work. We can make it shake. I'm telling you, I got you. And then 2-3 months into it, the Bama's evicted. You evicted. 2-3 months later, you're evicted. And you looking at your cousin like, damn, man, what happened? You told me I could move up here. You said it was good. You said you was going to take care of me. Yeah, that job didn't come through for you. He said he never hit you back. That media deal money didn't hit like you thought it was. Stop playing. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Y'all got to stop it. He's only focused on producing valued officers for the Army is a far-fetched, in my opinion. What? I just need you for football. All this other shit is irrelevant. I don't give a fuck that you putting in officer candidates. I don't care. That ain't got shit to do with me. Can you play football? Yes or no? What is all this other stuff that you're talking about is irrelevant to me. Do you not have ROTC programs at your institution? Shut up. Again, I don't agree with Mr. Levet every day, but listen, again, you barely in the suburbs. and you trying to get other broke Bamas to come join you in the suburbs, and you barely making it as is. You ain't tell them that you living off credit cards. You ain't tell them all that. How you got to pay rob Peter to pay Paul to stay afloat. You ain't telling them that. Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about right now? Y'all just trying to add more people to your misery. Again, why not get Bamas that have already making the money? That's all I'm going to say. Thank you, Mr. Levesque. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy to me. Bama talking about they're just trying to put officers in the Army. And half of your ass campuses got ROTC programs. Shut up. Shut up. What is an ROTC program? Don't worry, I'll wait. Shut up. Y'all gotta be. Bama's gotta be smarter than the average bear. I see why a lot of people don't write in the chat, because y'all Bamas are not smarter than the average bear. You're not making any sense. All we talking about is adding football to the program. That's it. We not talking about bringing in the Citadel to be the best band in the land. We not asking the Citadel to do diminish. We want your football. Okay? I'm not paying for your problems. I'm paying for the football. We just need your football. Like you talking to a girl, hey, listen, this just casual. Don't make this a thing. It's not a relationship. It's just casual. I get what I need. You get what you need. And we good. Comprende? Comprende. But HBCU Bama's acting like the girl who can't. We're going to be in a relationship one day. He loves me. No, this is casual sex. What are we talking about? It's casual. I do me, you do you. Come on, man. What are we talking about? But Derek Jones, being Derek Jones. Oh, can I stay the night? Oh, can I bring my bag by? I'm just going to leave my toothbrush. No, Derek Jones, get your shit. Casual. That's what casual means. We do what we do. You take your ass home. Ain't no shirts. Ain't no toothbrushes. Ain't no overnight bags. Jesus. Sick of this, man. Alabama's be killing me, man. Be killing me. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it, man. Somebody got to do it. Trying to slide. Trying to slide a couple pairs aside. Nah! It's not that type of party. It's not that type of party. It's not. So, but they were. But they was. But they was. That. Come on. I only want you from August to, that's cuddle season. I just need you for the cuddle season. That's it. What you do after December, it ain't my business. It ain't my business what you do from January to April. It ain't my business. If you want to be out there in the streets doing what you do, but I'm going to need you for cuddle season. I'm going to need you to come holler at me during cuddle season. That's it. That's it. That's it. Thank you. Come on, Black. Now you speaking my language. That's all I need you for. That's all I need you for. Hypothetically speaking, can the MEAC do what the SEC did to the Big 12? We know they don't have SEC money. So what are we talking about? Hypothetically, this ain't even a question. This man gonna do a hypothetical question with hypothetical money. Like, what are we talking? It ain't. This can't be a question. Hypothetically, if we were able to do with the SEC, even though we're not the SEC, how would that work out for us? Hypothetically, you ain't got the funds. So hypothetically, that ain't happening. Okay, so we just keep the hypotheticals rolling. Y'all are funny. That's funny. I don't get it. Fall. That's it. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. And we out. We gonna do what we do. We got a nut. We out. In regards to Campbell, so let me read this. Hypothetically speaking, can the MEAC do what the SEC did to the Big 12? We know they don't have SEC money. Okay, so let me help you out, Floyd, just a little bit. So the reason that Texas and Oklahoma made the jump was because of the money, right? So you gotta go back to what Mr. Levet said about the MEAC isn't in a great financial situation, and he's saying if they was, then they could pick schools from other conferences like the CAA did to the MEAC, but they're not in good financial standing to do so, right? So how can I listen, first of all, this goes even deeper. You broke trying to listen to this shit. Y'all man was be killing me. I just need y'all to understand what y'all saying when y'all talk about these two teams. The MEAC is broke, right? But what y'all gonna do is get people broker than you to come join a broke conference. Okay. You see how that work? That's really what Mr. Levet's saying. Like, y'all Bamas is broke. I'm gonna give you the nigga version. Y'all Bamas is broke. You gonna ask other broke Bamas to try to come join your conference, and we be broke together. Cause we black. That's literally what you're saying. Anyway, but back to what Mr. Levet was saying about them not being in a good financial situation is why is that like a school that doesn't need the resource, maybe you'd be like, hey, we just like the Celebration Bowl, we cool with that. But if they don't see there's a benefit, like if I'm getting paid, even if I'm not going to the playoffs and I'm getting paid, let's say $300,000 or I'll on the low end. Let's say they're making $250,000 just for the football media deal. And then I come to the MEAC and I'm only making $100,000 and the only, or 125 or whatever, I'm being generous. I'm making 125 or 100,000. So that means I have to go to the Celebration Bowl to make up the other money that I'm giving away by leaving the CAA. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Celebration Bowl now it doesn't become an increase. It becomes what's the word? A gap filler, right? Because I was making more in the CAA not going to the playoffs, and it's a better basketball conference, so we get more money for how many people we put into the NCAA tournament. That's another thing, right? So I just don't see. You're going to have to make it make sense financially. But again, it's easy to entice broke Bamas to come join a broke conference because we're just going to be broke together. Because as long as we're black and broke together, it all works. We're family. Kumbaya. We're family. Oh, at the family reunion, who we introducing? Hey, this is my cousin Winston. He goes to Salem State. He's broke, but he wants to come to MEAC to play at the family reunion. Who we introducing? This Savannah State. He my brother-in-law. He want to come to the MEAC to be broke with us too at the family. I mean, what are we doing? Stupid stuff. It all depends on the next media deal. Okay. How much do you think you're getting for 5 football teams? I'm done. What are we doing? Well, how much money do you really think you're going to get for 5 football teams?
Nigga second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Come on.
Okay, let's break this down even further. Cause Dale State ain't getting you no money. Norfolk State ain't getting you no money. So literally, how much money you getting for 3 programs? Yeah. I know you guys love your HBCU football, but sometimes logic has to come into place. It just has to. It just has to. At some point in time, it just has to come into place.
Nigga second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the.
Listen, and you can bring up basketball. Oh, Scotty, what about basketball? What about it? You're not a basketball blue blood. You're not like, people aren't coming down to watch MEAC basketball. Like, oh man, MEAC what I try to do, and you guys can say whatever you want to say. You guys can feel however you feel. I try to give it to you as Barney as I know how, because you guys live in this fairy tale land of HBCU world that everything in HBCU is great, and we have a great product, and we do this, and all I'm trying to tell you is, I try to make you look at it as a business, because if you looked at it like, because let's be real, some of you guys are the Karens on your job. You don't own anything at your job, and you try to control everything. Oh no, we don't do that here. No, not here at the Mitzvah Institute. We don't. You act like you control everything, but you don't own shit. So I would ask you to keep that same managerial mindset and apply it to the MEAC. And I would ask you, based off the product that you put on the field with your 3 power teams and 2 sorry teams, who in their right mind would overpay for you? That's what you're asking for people to do. You're asking for ESPN to overpay for you. You're asking for Amazon or YouTube TV or what to overpay for you. To get what? To get what? What are they getting? That's all I'm asking. What are they getting? If I told you that I had 5 cars that you can buy in a group price. One was a Pinto. One was a 92 Toyota. One was a 2021 Mercedes. Another one was a 2019 Audi. And another one was a 2020 Lexus. And I told you to make an offer. The other 2 are going to bring the value of the bid down. They just are. They just are. Morgan State is like a placeholder. Like, say whatever you want. Morgan State is a placeholder. Dale State and Norfolk State are Dale State especially brings your value down. Norfolk State being irrelevant in football brings your value down. Morgan State is a placeholder. So it literally comes down to Howard, NCCU, and South Carolina State. And let's go into Rocky with the media market. Delaware State is not a media market. Norfolk State is somewhat a big media market, somewhat, right? North Carolina, somewhat. South Carolina State, no. Orangeburg, definitely not. DC, the brand, Howard is a brand. Can't take that away from it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you guys aren't rocking the boat. You guys aren't the hottest thing on the planet. You're not. Right? You're not rocking the boat. So all I ask is that you just realistically when you're trying to make a value and you're trying to say, oh, we deserve, what do you deserve? And I used to ask the question, how much would you pay for it? If the MEAC, if the SWAC is making, I believe the SWAC was making 7. Let me see if I got that slide for the MEAC. Let me see if I got that slide. The town hall jank. I don't know if I still got that jank. Let me see. My question would be, how much would you pay? Let me see. Town hall. Let me see. No, that's not it. Let me see. Is this it? I make so many slides. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I probably, let me see. Let's see, because I want to remember, if anybody can remember what the AD said about how much the MEAC paid them, because that gives you the number. That was my thing. 600K? Okay. I can't remember. I don't know if that's what you would take for him, but I can't remember what the AD said. He said something like, I know Yard Talk probably got it on her. Let me see. Let me see. $30 to $40. So my thing is this, right? If this is the case, 30, 40 for ESPN, that means, because you got to think about it, that was with all the teams. Because remember, they left with all the teams. So let's do the math. So they had NCAT, Hampton, Howard, FAM, Bethune, Norfolk, South Carolina State. How many teams was that? 8? It was 8 teams that played football? Because you got 5. You got 5 in there now. You got 2 FAM and Bethune, and then, so 9. Hampton and NCAT. So that's 9. So 9 times 40. What's that? 360,000? 9 times 40. 360K. All right. So you got 360K. That's what they're getting paid now. And let's just make it an even number. Let's round it up. Let's say half. I'll give you 500K. You're making 500K for a 4 or 5 year deal. That's 100K. So 500K for 5 years. It's probably like what, 2 million? They're paying you 2 million right now. 4 or 5 year deal, right? It's for I think it's either football and basketball, just football. We'll just go just football. Let's say 2 million, 5. Yeah, 2 million, 2.5. I'll give you 2.5 million, right? So you're at 2.5 million right now for your media deal. Now, mind you, this is when you had 9 teams. See, people don't like to. People don't like. See, people do not like when I start talking the truth. You were at $2.5 million. And this is me rounding and giving you extra money. $2.5 million for a 4 or 5 year deal with 9 teams. How much do you think that you're going to get now that you lost 4 of those teams? And 4 of those teams, 2 of those teams had really big brands, NCAT, FAMU, right? So I'm confused about what you think you're going to get and why you think that deal will go up, like crazy up. Like they might say, we'll add $200,000 to the deal, maybe $300,000 just because of inflation, but we don't owe you anything. We don't owe you anything. So y'all gotta get y'all mindset right when it comes to this business stuff, because I'm telling you, I know there's some people on here that are those over micromanaging ass managers. Oh no, or is that company paper? Are you doing Xerox copies on the company time? I know there's managers in here. I know you are, and you know who you are. I just tell you to take that same mindset and put it towards HBCU football, because you guys love to tell me what you're supposed to get. And I would say, why? Why are you supposed to get that? Why are you supposed to get that? What have you shown to get that? Even listen, you can say whatever you want about the SWAC. They have major brands. Major brands. FAM, Graham, Southern, Jackson, Alcorn. Like they have major brands. They lead they like you can't ignore it. You just can't. I'm not saying they deserve crazy amount of money, but you can't ignore it. So again, before you start coming to me about new media deals and how much you deserve, do the math, break it down. Tell me what you think you deserve. All right, listen, guys, I appreciate the time. Until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna holler. God bless.